Are you ready for these games? Which one do you want to start with?
I'll go start with to me what I feel like is the least exciting one. I would say
Okay.
for me, and it's probably the Texans and the Patriots out of those two games because like I feel like that one's a lot more predictable compared to the other three. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, and that chart I versed or I showed about the Patriots on the EPA chart and who they've played on that chart and where all those teams have been is it's a big factor in me thinking about this game because when you look at that EPA chart, it would tell you the Patriots, their offense is better than the Texans' defense is good, right? The Patriots' offense is more great than the Texans' defense is great. They should be able to keep up. But when you see how all the only good defenses they played were the Saints and the Browns, it's like that offense I don't think has been put under this kind of pressure and been forced to keep up,
That
except
game
for last week.
I am watching closely. It's a Saturday game, right? It's one of the Saturday
I
games, I
believe I
believe.
believe it is one of the first games. Um, I might be wrong about that. I might actually be on Sunday, but either I'll pull that up for you. I can't believe that's escaping me right now. Holy smokes! There's just so much running through. It is on Sunday at 3:00.
Sunday, 3 o'clock.
Sunday 3:00, and I was gonna say about the Chargers game. They looked like they could almost lose that game.
No, it did, and it's kind of crazy to say that because I saw that the Chargers O line coach got fired, but it's like I don't understand how you're supposed to prepare a team that has lost both of their star O linemen and be like, it's the coach's fault. It's like that's kind of crazy work because of how seeing how close they were playing the Patriots for a minute and seeing that like even though Herbert was getting dismantled here and there. They stayed in the game. They stayed going, and that's what makes me interested to see like what the Steelers could become. Not the Steelers, the Chargers could become. And it's just I feel bad because Herbert is like the what if quarterback. Like what if he could
Yeah,
do this and what if like, all that stuff.
hypothetical
But
man.
yeah, exactly. And it's kind of sad because I would like to see a fully healthy Chargers team go to the playoffs and just honestly see what they could do in the AFC. Like that's just genuine curiosity
Right,
from that end, but
but
also too
we
while I feel like everyone is hyping up the Patriots and I've been on there too and I agree the Patriots are pretty savage, they're pretty fire. I think they can go the distance. I think that the caliber of defense that they're about to see this week is I mean we saw what they did to Perk Rogers and it was pretty sad to see your childhood just get absolutely beaten badly.
it was very sad and conflicting because I like the Texans. I like Chubb. This is for Chubb. What the Texans are doing,
Hmm.
in my eyes. Check it out, right? But it was kind of tough to root for the Texans, but also kind of just know rooting for Rodgers that there is just no way they could move the ball against this type of defense. And
Hmm.
you know, coming back to the Patriots, they only scored 16 points in a game where the Chargers couldn't move the ball. The Texans' offensive line looked like the Chargers' offensive line does right now. They looked like that early in the season. They haven't looked like that for a while, and they have versed, I think, better defenses than this. I think they'll be able to move the ball a little bit. I think the Steelers' defense, they made Stroud look silly. I think they knew Tomlin was gone. They played a hell of a game. That Steelers defense did everything they could.
They did everything they could to make sure Tomlin could stay, bro.
Right. And it just wasn't enough. But
It's just frustrating because what is with this fall off with Stroud? Like Nico Collins is like he's got good weapons around him and he's not performing. Like what
yeah,
is your feeling with Stroud? Like because everyone's having these sophomore slumps. Jane Daniels had it. CJ Stroud had it. I mean Drake Maye when he first came in, he had a huge slump. You know what I mean? Like all these quarterbacks that we were like, yo, they were so fire, are just not. They're not meeting that same expectation. You know what I mean? Bryce Young, late blooming. You know what I mean? What's it called now? And it's just
yeah,
I
I
just I
think,
just keep my finger on it.
I think people forget too frequently how much a quarterback's, consistency depends on the offensive line's consistency. It's such like a truth that is so unfun to talk about. Everyone would love to think that, any quarterback can just get it done. Missing my right guard. Yep, offense is going to look the same this week. Like, no, it's not. We see it with Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. We see it with the Giants, Mahomes in the Super Bowls. Like, it matters, guys. And this Texans team with Bobby Slowick year one was new. Yeah, the offensive line was like they had Laremy Tunsil, and it was just like everything was working. They played kind of an easy schedule. The Commanders, they played kind of an easy schedule. That offensive line and the team was full of vets. This year, they suffer a bunch of injuries. Obviously, Jaden Daniel, he's injured and they have a terrible season. CJ Stroud in his second year. They versed a tougher schedule because I believe they won the division that year. So they versed a tough schedule. Offensive line isn't quite as healthy. And then this year, it started atrociously. Now they've been playing better. It's no coincidence that once they kind of figured that out, surprisingly, after moving on from Laremy Tunsil, that they're on this winning streak because this defense can just win them these games by themselves. And you know what? It's just like I said, I don't think the Patriots defense is going to be able to do enough in this game, like the Steelers did, to give them a chance. Even if that means the Texans only score 21 points, I think this Patriots team is really going to struggle versus this Texans team. I mean, what wide receiver is getting open versus this secondary? The Patriots, also, their offensive line, Morgan Moses, he was a limited participant. Mudford was a limited participant. But so it looks like they'll play, but they're banged up. And they're going up against, this unit. And then it looks like Harold Landry and Anfernee Jennings are both going to be healthy, so they should be okay. They're both limited participants. But it's just like this Patriots team really had a pretty good streak of health, I would say, throughout most of the season until they lost Will Campbell and Milton Williams. And they were still able to kind of hold it together, but nobody was really there to challenge them. They lost to the Bills the next time they versed them. The Ravens totally collapsed versus them. And, like I said, if the Patriots are going to win this game, it is going to be because C.J. Stroud does, have a turnover or two, doesn't have a great game. The Patriots play their hearts out, and then Drake Maye, using his legs, is kind of able to just kind of carry the Patriots offense. Oh, Dan, I'm not sure where you went, but your camera's gone. There you go. You're back. We're back. But also something else to note, though, for the Texans, Nico Collins in concussion protocol. So that's very bad. But Christian Gonzalez looks like he's going to be back from his concussion. So Nico Collins did not participate, and neither did Justin Watson. But you know what? I honestly like the Texans' depth at wide receiver. I know Jalen Noel had the drop last week, but Christian Kirk had a big game. Xavier Hutchinson is pretty solid. And they got Jaden Higgins too. I'm pretty sure he's healthy. He's been banged up a little bit throughout the year, but I don't see him on the injury report. So I think they're going to have enough. Even if Gonzalez is out there, it's kind of like just the whole cast of weapons and Woody Marks for the Texans. That's all they need. They just got to run the ball and complete a couple downfield throws. And like I said, if the Chargers were able to hold the Patriots to 16, doing nothing on offense, I think the Texans are going to...
The Texans will hold them to -5.
Yeah, they will score. They might score on defense. Again, like, imagine they score 3 touchdowns in 2 playoff games. Like, that would be insane, but it really might happen. But yeah, I just think the Texans have a clear advantage. I think they're going to win by a score of, like I said, like 21 to... I'll give them 16 points for the Patriots. Maybe a late cover or a late score to make it closer, but I'm not saying they have no chance. Drake Maye really can prove something here and say screw that schedule.
He beats the Texans. I swear on everything. He's him. Like, that's it.
Like, that would be pretty amazing to me if he was able to carry them and win this game. What do you think is going to be sort of the outcome and the ins and outs of this game?
I mean, I'm expecting the Texans to continue to play full throttle. I know Diggs is back, and everybody's like a lot of the starters are going to be playing. I feel like the Patriots play every game as if they're the underdog, which in this game they are, again, the underdog in this one. I like the attitude the Patriots play with. It's just the type of power, strength, speed, and determination the way the Texans play. It's almost like they're playing like they had to prove something on defense, especially. Like,
Chris Sims said something really a good analogy for it. He's like, it's like they have 13 dudes on defense. That's
Yes.
They play so fast. It's just like 3 dudes on the ball every time it's completed. It's crazy. And then the pass rush too. Mm-hmm. So that you're so right about that.
The way the Texans play is like watching watching Texans football is like it reminds me of old school defense. If I'm being honest,
it's fun to watch.
Old school, it's very fun to watch. The old school concept of he touched the ball and then everybody's hauling ass to freaking smack the shit. Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson, don't matter if they're 40 yards out, they're still sprinting. To try to catch this man. And it's like, I just love that kind of determination. And they're probably, in my opinion, the only defense I feel like that does that, maybe besides the Broncos, I would say.
Seahawks.
The Seahawks. You're right. I'm stupid. Yeah. We love the Seahawks.
Yeah. Their defense is sick.
So, I'm not going to lie, a very big defensive battle. I've been waiting for another extremely defensive showdown heavy like Super Bowl, and I wouldn't mind if we got that. But, how do I see it turning out? I see the Patriots getting finally caught, I guess you could say. Drake Maye really having to either awaken or go back to bed, and this dude might be sleeping after this one, and I'm probably gonna go like 14-3.
You think they're gonna score? I mean, Rodgers was able to put up 6 at least. You really think they're gonna hold them to 3? I mean,
like, listen.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that is.
It's like Kenny Gainwell, Jalen Warren, or Travion Henderson, and Stevenson, Freiermuth compared to Hunter Henry, and then DK, Austin. I can't remember the third receiver for the Steelers, but it's like
Roman Wilson.
I have Mike Tomlin compared to Vrabel, like.
I'd say they're like
Vrabel,
maybe right now I'd say Vrabel's a little better right now just because he wasn't stale.
100%. No, I get that. But the O-line I think is what is making me like wonder how this is gonna go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Will Campbell.
Will Campbell I feel like has not experienced this, and the last time he experienced a solid D end was Myles Garrett. And what happened? He died. Like he got absolutely. I'ma die for my. He died that day.
He did.
Like,
and
now he's got 2 of them. So he's got no breaks.
And people spoke about Will Campbell, and obviously he's panned out to be a great player. That doesn't mean he still doesn't have like a drawback or a weakness. That arm length against a guy like Daniil Hunter. Did you see his arms, bro? Did you see Daniil Hunter's arms on Wildcard Weekend, dude? That dude. He is like when you make a defensive end in Madden, he looks like Daniil Hunter. And that's making it sound like Will Anderson is like me or something.
Bro,
like
he's just so
No, Will Anderson is like the same way. I think he's just a little more stout. But dude, like you said, he's got both of them.
To me, right? Like when Daniil Hunter was like a free agent, I always wondered, right? Like, and Myles Garrett was out there looking for money. It's like, imagine having like Daniil Hunter and Myles Garrett as the ends in a game. It's just like you lost. Like, don't run outside, please. Like, that's all I ask. Like, that's what I would say.
Just kneel and punt and kick field goals. Yeah. All right.
Like, holy ish. But yes, that's I see the Texans absolutely destroying him. Will Campbell is gonna get tested. Drake Maye is gonna get tested. Travion Henderson and Stevenson, don't even put your pads on. I don't even know what's the point of you. Like, their run game is phenomenal, bro.
The Patriots?
No, I'm saying the Texans' run defense is like.
Oh yeah. No, you can't like get anywhere.
And like, you know what I'm saying? And like, again, like their front line, defensive line are like
Rankins. Sheldon Rankins had the touchdown. dude, it's gonna be tough for this Patriots team.
And yo,
It
listen,
really
it's
is.
like, and the thing is, what's crazy, right? Is their backup between Will Anderson and Daniel Hunter is Derek Barnett. And I think about it like that dude was a first rounder with the Birds when they won the Super Bowl, and that's your backup. Like that's your backup DN.
Right. And they could probably put all 5 on the field if they
And then,
wanted
you know what I'm
to do
saying? They could
different
run a
fronts.
bear front and absolutely destroy them. Like,
Yeah. You could just twist. They did a lot of twists too, so I wonder it's going to be huge. Drake Maye. This is Drake Maye's legacy game to me
His moment right here.
However, he could lose and I could still feel good about him leaving this game. I want everyone watching this video to know that this is a serious test, and if he wins, you know what? I'm gonna have to say, you know what? I was wrong for doubting him here. So that is the Patriots Texans. It's time. I think we should move on